What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about which edition of Call of Duty Vanguard you guys should buy, as pre-orders just went live earlier this afternoon. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and let me know in the comments. Did you guys enjoy the Vanguard reveal event over in Warzone today? I had a ton of fun with you guys. Thank you all for tuning into my live stream, and I certainly think if anybody had abandoned Call of Duty or was doubting this reveal, you probably got right back into that Call of Duty energy after today's announcements. Trust me when I tell you guys that. We also have a big menu change for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone, which now features a 4th spot just for Vanguard. We also have a message at the very top promoting the Battle of Verdansk, and that live event is still going on until August 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific. In case you guys missed out on the action earlier today, you still have plenty of time to get in there, enjoy the event, and get your hands on some free rewards on top of that. Now, although a lot was revealed today, I do want to point out that we're just about 2 days away from seeing a multiplayer reveal, surprisingly, as this Sunday during COD Champs, it was confirmed that we're going to be getting, and I quote, a big reveal for Vanguard multiplayer. This will also likely be the day that we get confirmation of an alpha of sorts, since one has been previously rumored to release a week from tomorrow on August 27th. So this Sunday should end up being a fairly big day in terms of reveals, and I'll of course be live here on the channel with whatever happens during COD Champs. But on top of that, we then got confirmation that during Gamescom opening night on August 25th at 11 a.m. Pacific, we'll be getting some campaign gameplay walkthroughs from Call of Duty Vanguard. So we got similar coverage of Black Ops Cold War last year, where we first got a storyline reveal trailer and then some campaign gameplay during, I think it was the Game Awards show, on top of an announcement for an alpha that went live on PlayStation about a couple of days after that event. So we're getting a similar structure for marketing of Call of Duty Vanguard as well. But here's what we're getting with Vanguard, which to me is something that's never really gotten from a Call of Duty before. This will be a game running on the Modern Warfare engine, which likely will feel like Modern Warfare since you have slide canceling, dead silence, but then you have Sledgegammer game visuals, which to me are unmatched across the entire Call of Duty franchise. And again, we're going to get Sledgehammer's direction, a wild post-launch offering as they confirmed today. And then we got the surprise announcement that most people knew about because of rumors, but Treyarch is doing zombies for a second year in a row, marking the first time that they've done back-to-back zombies iterations, also marking the first ever crossover between studios for a new zombies mode. Not to mention a new Warzone map with a brand new anti-cheat exclusively from Raven, dropping when Season 1 does in late November. You really can't go wrong with what this game is offering. It has the best of about 3 worlds here, so I just find it very difficult to complain about what this game's going to be offering despite going back to the Second World War. I mean, if you guys prefer Modern Warfare, Sledgehammer games, or Treyarch, then you're going to be getting literally all of that fused into one experience here, which to me is just phenomenal. Now, the game is available for pre-order right now on all platforms, and yes, that includes last-gen hardware. So as a reminder, and as a huge confirmation here, the game is available on PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, then of course the PC. Hopefully that makes things clear. It will not be available for Nintendo Switch or any other platforms out there, unfortunately. But here are the editions. We first up have the Standard Edition, available for $60 American, featuring the base game, the operator Arthur Kingsley in Cold War and Warzone, which will probably end up releasing maybe closer to release of the game itself. We have the Frontline Weapons Pack, the PPSH Mastercraft Blueprints in both Cold War and Warzone, which is available to use right now in both games. Then early access to the multiplayer beta if you pre-order this Standard Edition here. And again, this is just for a single copy of Call of Duty Vanguard for one platform of your choice. Next up, we have the Cross-Gen Edition, which is just about $10 more for a total of $70 American. This will come with everything I listed for the Standard Edition. So again, as a reminder, the Mastercraft Operator, Frontline's Weapon Pack, and early access to the beta for pre-ordering, along with the addition of 5 hours of double weapon XP. Again, this is in the case you still have both last-gen and next-gen hardware, so you'll get 2 for about the price of 1 here, right? A copy of the game for both PS4 and PS5, or if you're on Xbox, a copy for Xbox One and a copy for Xbox Series X or S. I know it sounds confusing, but finally, we have the Ultimate Edition here for a whooping $99.99, so about $100 American, which comes with a cross-gen copy, so a version for both last-gen and current-gen, depending on your preference, early access to the multiplayer beta, the Mastercraft, the Operator, the Frontline's Weapon Pack, but then the Task Force 1 pack, which I'll show you guys on screen, 5 hours of double XP, then 5 hours of double weapon XP along with that, on top of the Vanguard Battle Pass bundle, which comes with a Season 1 Battle Pass and 20 tier skips as well. Now with tax after pre-ordering the Ultimate Edition, this came out to about 110 American dollars. I showed you guys on screen earlier, which I know is definitely expensive, but you know what? It offers a lot in comparison to the Ultimate Edition that we got last year for Call of Duty Cold War. That's just the way I see it. And also considering Sledgegammer has probably had a little bit less of a struggle working on this game during the pandemic, I would say the lockdowns were lifting as they were working on some of the later stages of this game, so they probably had a little bit of an easier process polishing some of the pre-order bonuses, post-launch content, etc. But pre-ordering the Ultimate Edition also grants you 10 free tier skips for the Battle Pass as of today in Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. I haven't gotten mine yet, but it's probably a bit delayed. People out there were reporting they got theirs a couple of hours ago, so be on the lookout for this if you pre-order this edition. So again, quite a bit of content, a lot of bang for your buck here in the Ultimate Edition, and as of right now, there is no confirmation as to whether or not we are getting a physical collector's edition for Call of Duty Vanguard. But what they did confirm today is that we are still getting hard copies of Vanguard that you can buy at your local store, and the box art was also revealed for these copies on PlayStation and Xbox. It's unclear if hard copies will also be sold for PS4 and Xbox One. I'm sure they will be, but as of today, we only got the cover art for the next-gen hard copies. And I was a bit upset last year when we didn't get a collector's edition for Black Ops Cold War. A lot of potential with what they could have done with that, but maybe it was COVID or Activision changing their model with these editions, or a bit of both, that impacted that from happening. And maybe they're like, you know what, let's save some money and not do hard collector's editions going forward. That was a thing of the past. Now a thing in the future is doing about 3 digital editions. Yeah, they have hard copies too at the store, but for the most part, they're really going to be marketing these 3 digital editions that you can get on any platform of your choice. But maybe in the future, we'll still end up getting collector's copy for a future Call of Duty game. We'll hope to still see that. And it's also unclear if we're going to be getting a Vanguard-themed PlayStation 5, considering the exclusivity deal between Sony and Activision. We used to end up getting, right, these Call of Duty-themed PS4 editions for previous Black Ops games, World War II. We didn't end up getting that for Black Ops Cold War either. That could have been a nice excuse for them to do a black PS5 last year when they were only offering the white one, and maybe we'll end up getting a, World War II green camouflage themed PS5 at some point. I'm wondering if they'll start doing them again in the next year. Maybe COVID has still impacted their ability to get that done. It's totally unclear at this moment in time, but in terms of which copy you guys should get, in my personal opinion, look, if you guys don't have last gen and current gen hardware, but also have no reason to own a copy on both, then really heavily consider the bonus content being offered in the Ultimate Edition. Do you care about said content, right? Because in Black Ops Cold War last year, I remember seeing the Ultimate Edition, I'm like, am I really going to be using that content when the game comes out? Probably not. So I think what I ended up doing is buying a physical copy just to have one, and then a cross-gen digital copy, since I was bouncing back and forth between PS4 and PS5 at that moment, since I wasn't sure my PS5 would have arrived on time, so I was being careful with that. But this year, I'm like, you know what, the Ultimate Edition does come with some fairly cool content, and I'm probably going to give a shot in multiplayer and Warzone, let alone zombies. So I'm like, you know what, might as well do it, on top of getting that Battle Pass bundle, which is great, right? Being covered for the first season with the entire Battle Pass plus tier skips, I think it's a bit of a steal. I can't complain about that. I definitely think the offerings for these bonuses here is fantastic. That's just the way I see it, but I do understand we're still in a pandemic, so to speak. I know lockdowns are lifted for the most part around the world, but there's still some issues going on. We have a Delta variant. People aren't doing great financially, so at this moment in time, if you guys can only afford getting a standard copy or a hard copy at the store, don't feel bad about that either, right? It's just cosmetics, things that won't really affect your gameplay. It's not going to be pay to win. These blueprints aren't stat changing by any means. They're just some simple blueprints with some tracers, operator skins. It's not the end of the world, so take it easy, take your time. You have plenty of time to still pre-order this game if you guys want to get access to the multiplayer beta, and I would say at the very latest, pre-order this game probably right before the beta becomes available, just so you get early access to that by about a day, as we usually get every single year. Now, it is being reported that Vanguard's initial size will apparently be around 270 gigabytes, and I'm like, hold on a second, when has a Call of Duty ever been that big in file size? I mean, we know these games aren't getting any smaller, but it's becoming more and more expensive every single year to have more than 2 Call of Duties on your platform, let alone other games that aren't Call of Duty. People were freaking out about this, but shortly after this report came out, the post got updated to say that it'll be around 75 to 100 gigs depending on your region. That's not the exact download size, but maybe 270 gigabytes is accounting for having both Vanguard and the Warzone integration installed at a single moment in time. I'm not sure what the deal is here, but again, it's becoming becoming more and more expensive, and we all wish the next-gen platforms could have came with more storage, but then how much more expensive do you make these platforms if you launch a console with 2 terabytes or more? Luckily enough, Sony recently confirmed there is a beta period going on where you can install a select few SSDs into your PS5 to expand storage. That's a bit of a solution. If you're on PC, it's no problem. You could have 5 terabytes if you want, but for consoles, it's going to get more and more demanding. And honestly, last-gen platforms are going to be holding COD back, at least for the next year or two. I would predict in 2023, COD will probably move exclusively to current gen and PC, and then maybe they can allocate stores a little bit more and somehow make these games cost a little bit less space. But in terms of the rewards that you can use in-game right now for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone, we first up have the Night Raid PPSH Mastercraft. And I have to admit, right, my favorite PPSH skin is of course the one from the Season 3 Battle Pass, that reactive looking one. It's phenomenal. But this Mastercraft here did impress me when I actually hopped into a custom game to use it real quick. Usually you wouldn't really run a sight on a PPSH, some people do, but this one just felt right. I don't know what it was, but the kick was very minimal. It felt like a real accurate Mastercraft. Definitely worth trying out. I'm gonna go for a nuke with this as soon as I can before the launch of Vanguard. Some of the coolest skins aren't even Mastercrafts, but just reactive camos that come with some tracer rounds. But in terms of this Mastercraft, definitely fits the vibe and aesthetic that we're gonna be seeing in Call of Duty Vanguard. Can't go wrong with this one. Definitely give it a shot if you guys haven't already, no matter what mode you guys are playing. But we then have the Dark Forest RPD, which is not a Mastercraft, nor is it a reactive, but you got for free by completing the entirety of the Vanguard reveal events earlier today. So during that train expedition that we were on there, you of course had to do a certain amount of damage to unlock certain rewards. We ended up getting all the rewards on our first go, but you guys may not have been that lucky. It happens, right? Depending on the lobby you guys were in. This RPD is okay, but I'm not much of an LMG user to begin with, so I probably won't be using this too much. But again, fits the vibe and aesthetic very nicely of Call of Duty Vanguard. And lastly, we have, you know, a calling card, emblem, some vehicle skins, all by taking part in the Battle of Verdansk event, which was earlier today. So you got plenty of time to get your hands on all these rewards in case you guys want them. And the calling card is also animated, in case you guys were wondering. So take advantage of these free rewards while you guys can until August 23rd, which is this upcoming Monday. But I'll be going in more specific detail on all the modes that are going to be in Call of Duty Vanguard in a separate video. I want to do a separate video right here just covering the additions, some of the announcements from today, and the rewards. But there's a lot of information already revealed about campaign, multiplayer, zombies, Warzone. Some great news that you guys are definitely going to be a fan of. So I'll be posting that video in the next few hours. Hope to see you guys there. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the Vanguard reveal event that was earlier today in Warzone? How do you feel about the additions being offered for this game? And what do you guys think in terms of the reveal that we got itself? Are you guys more interested in the game now? Do you guys not care as much? Or did the announcement about essentially a crossover between Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and Raven really get you guys enticed for what they're going to be offering in November? That is about it. Really hope you enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.